Hi friends! In today's video, I'll be going through 3 shoulder mobility drills using the hammock. These drills take the shoulder into its full range of motion, activates the muscles around the shoulder, and also releases any tension you might be holding onto in the front of your shoulder from being on your computer or phone for long periods of time. If you're not able to go through the full range of motion within the drills today, for example, a lot of people, it can be really hard to extend arms overhead. I'll be giving you some modifications that you can try. You're going to love these shoulder mobility drills. Let's get started. So let's start by warming up the shoulders just a little bit with some taffy circles. So you can choose to stay in a standing position or come down onto your knees. Standing is going to be more weight in the hand grip. And then coming down on the knees is going to be a little bit more tougher on the knees if you have any knee sensitivity. So option 1 is no wrist wrap, reaching up nice and high, or you'll take 1 or 2 wrist wraps in this standing position. If you're going to come down on your knees, because most of the class today will be in tabletop position, so you can come down on the knees as well. Reach up nice and high. Again, you can take a wrist wrap here if you would like to, if your hand grip is feeling a little bit fatigued or weak today. And then we're just going to simply lean to one side, press the shoulder to the front, to the other side, and then to the back. So creating a circle motion through the rib cage, through the shoulders. If you feel like you are falling a little bit, so from a standing position, it will look like this. Drawing that big circle with the shoulders and the hips. And then we'll start to move in the other direction. So moving those circles in the other direction. Staying strong in the hand grip. Strong through the core. Whoop, hello, Mr. Long edge of the hammock. And we'll take 1 more in this direction. And coming back to center, release the hands. So coming down onto your knees. And then bring the hammock in front. So with your hammock out in front of you, you're going to keep your right hand in the hammock and come into a tabletop position. So bring the left hand to the ground, fingertips are nice and wide. You're going to extend that right hand overhead. And if you're having trouble extending through the right hand in this overhead position, then maybe you can bend the elbow to help with that extension. Otherwise, you can come into this kneeling position and start to lean the chest forward. That left hand can come to the ground. So you'll notice that you can sort of control the extension to the range of motion that's available for your body. So you may not be able to get the bicep by the ear. You can control that hand to the point where you can control it. You can bring the shoulders back to come lower with that, with the angle of the shoulder. If you're okay wherever you are, so tabletop or hips towards the heels, start to bring some movement into the shoulder. So the first drill here is going to come into a half circle. So bring your right hand out wide and then reach it around behind you. If you're sinking your hips onto your heels, again, you're going to bring that hammock out wide, and maybe you come down with that left hand on the ground into that tabletop position, so you can extend the right hand behind you. Reach it out wide and to the front again. This is our first drill, so these half moon circles. Just feeling into that range of motion of the shoulder going out wide to the front and then behind. Or the front out wide and then behind, I should say. Let's take 2 more just like this, just helping the shoulder to warm up. Find some fluidity within that joint. Last one to the front, last one to the back, and then meeting in that front position. Let's start to turn your hand, so pinky edge of your finger will turn down. So palm of your hand is facing inwards. And then you're going to reach the shoulder away, shrug it up to the ear. So choosing whichever extension point is available for your shoulder, hips to the heels to lower that extension down, or keeping that left hand on the ground. So shrugging the shoulder up to the ear, and then pulling it down and away from the ear, shrug it away. Let's do 5 of these. This is the second drill, these shoulder shrugs, up to the ear and then down, shrug it up, and down. Noticing that tailbone stays pulled in so you're not swaying into the lower back. So the whole body is supporting this activation of the shoulder muscles. Taking one more, shrug it up to the ear, down and away from the ear, beautiful. And then you're going to come back into your half moon circle. So bring your right hand out wide, and then bring it all the way behind you. You're going to bend your elbow and bring the back of your hand over your back. If this feels like a lot on the front of the shoulder, you're going to extend your arm, maybe bring it out wide a little bit, bring your hips onto your heels. You'll walk forward, and then bring the hips up, and then bend the elbow behind your back here. So it's going to be less intense if you're in this kneeling position, but if you can, keep in this tabletop position, then this is what it's going to look like here. So the left hand is still on the ground, and right back of the hand is on your lower back. And you can start to play with a little bit of movement here. So we're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths. Noticing again that that core is being pulled in, tucking through the pelvis. Let's take a deep breath in. Notice if you can relax the jaw. Notice how when you relax the jaw, the rest of the shoulders relax as well. Let's find just a little bit of movement. So you're going to find a little bit of movement by bringing the hand towards the glute, so down the spine. So extending the arm a little bit and then bending the elbow more, bring the hand up the back. So just sliding that hand up and down the spine, bending and extending the elbow just a little bit. You can start to feel the front of the shoulder is starting to loosen up a little bit. Let's take one more deep breath in. Notice the sensation in your jaw. And a big breath out. Beautiful. And then we're going to extend that right arm overhead. So come out wide, extend the arm over the head, and then come out wide, bring it behind you. Back with that hand in a bent elbow position, that little chicken wing, and then come out in front. So we're creating a larger area of rotation for the shoulder. So reaching to the front and then coming to that chicken wing position at the lower back. Bending at the elbow at that back extension. Let's take two more just like this. Allowing the shoulder to get used to rotating in this direction. That's it. Come and meet in that little chicken wing position. Your hand at your lower back. If this feels like enough for you here, then stay here. Maybe you start to play again with that up and down through the hand extension and bending more through the elbow. Otherwise, what you can try here is trying to bring your hips down towards your heels, which is going to bring more sensation in the front of the shoulder. So go super gently. So only going to the range of motion that feels comfortable in your body still. So you're not wanting to feel any pain or popping sensations. So dropping the hips towards the heels and then coming back out. So try and bring the hips back over the knees. Bring the hips towards the heels and softly bring it back. So rocking back and forth just super slowly, gently allowing that shoulder to open up a little bit more. Let's take two more. Continue to breathe. Beautiful, release, reach that right arm back out in front, fully rotating, and then coming to a kneeling position. And release the hammock. Roll through the shoulders a couple of times, any sort of movement. Notice the sensation between both shoulders. I personally feel like this shoulder is like at a different level to my other shoulder now. So let's do the other side. So left hand's gonna come inside of the hammock, gripping the hammock. Either staying here, gently moving forward, feeling that range of motion in the left shoulder. It could be different on each side, especially if you've had injury on one side. So staying here, maybe the fingertips of the right hand come to the ground. Maybe you come into that full extension overhead with the right hand all the way onto the ground, bicep by the ear. Notice the core is tucking in, tuck the pelvis. And then we'll start to find some rotation in the shoulders. So the right hand's gonna come out wide and then extend behind you. If you're here, then you can still find that rotation, that half moon circle through the left arm as well. So coming through for about 3 more rounds, slowly moving it. So articulating the movement through the shoulder, allowing your body to experience it, not going too quickly. let's take one more to the back, meeting back at the front. Turn your pinky edge of your finger down towards the mat, so your palm is going to face inwards. Start to shrug your shoulder up towards your ear, and then bring it back down towards your back, slide it away. Shrug it up to the ear, and then slide away. Take 3 more, shrug up, slide away, shrug it up, slide away, shrug it up, slide away. One more, shrug it up, slide away. Beautiful, shrug it up, and then rotate the hand all the way behind you, bending at the elbow. So you're gonna bring your thumb on the other side of the hammock so the hammock can stay on the hand. Bending at the elbow until the back of the hand is over the back. And again, if you don't have that range of motion, you can come into that kneeling shape, so lifting hips over the knees. Relaxing the shoulders, relax the jaw, being aware of your jaw. And let's just find a little bit of movement here if that feels comfortable in your body. So the hand is going to move down the spine towards the glutes and then up towards the shoulder blades. So up and down the spine. Slow movement. Start to notice the sensation in your jaw. Take a big breath in and relax as you exhale. Notice that your core is still pulling in, tuck the pelvis. Take another big breath in, big breath out. I'm going to find that range of motion, adding in this chicken wing part of the extension. So start to bring your arm out wide and back to the front. And then rotate it out wide and then all the way behind you, back of the hand over the back. Continue just like that. Slowly rotating the arm back and forth, finding your own gentle, slow rhythm. Just taking 2 more. Noticing any crunchy sensations, clicking back into place. Making sure the shoulder feels comfortable throughout the entire movement, so you're not forcing anything. We'll take 1 more to the front and then meeting at the back. Staying here. If it feels comfortable on your body and you're in this tabletop position, start to bring your hips towards your heels and then back over the knees. So rocking back and forth just slightly, keeping a deep bend in the elbow. Super gentle, super slow. Become aware of the sensation in your jaw. Maybe take a big sigh. You'll start to feel some of that relief, that release and relief. Take 2 more little rocks back and forth. And coming back to center, reach that right hand out in front, rotate all the way forward. And then release all the way out, hips onto the heels, release that left hand out of the hammock. Take some shoulder rolls, allowing the shoulders to come back to a neutral position. So that brings us to the end of our class. Let me know what you thought of today's class on shoulder mobility and how your shoulders are feeling after those drills. If you would like to see more classes like this, then please comment down below and let me know. If you got value from this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified when I release new videos each and every week. Until next time, have a beautiful day. If you enjoyed today's class on shoulder mobility, then you should check out my other longer length shoulder focus class over here. Or if you would like to give your hands some love, then I highly recommend this hand and wrist mobility class over here. Enjoy!